Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're taking a look at my ranking of the movies I'm looking forward to the most of this year, 2022. There's a lot in store for us this year, a lot of good things. And for this list, you'll probably see a lot of like superhero movies, Marvel, DC, 'cause that's kind of like what I get the most like hype for and excited for. But there is a good couple mix of other movies in here besides superhero genre. Before we start the video, please make sure to like this video if you guys have been enjoying it. Please make sure to subscribe if you're new. And comment down below, what is the number one movie that you are most excited for 2022? And so for some honorable mentions before I get into my list, the first one is Uncharted with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. I'm a big Uncharted guy. I played through all the games. I love that series. So I'm excited to see what the movie adaptation of those video games are like. Next one is Top Gun Maverick. The first Top Gun is a classic for a reason. And I'm excited to see Tom Cruise back in that role. Also excited for Lightyear, the Pixar movie that's me focusing on the real Buzz Lightyear. The trailer is just so good for that movie, and I'm surprised by how good that looks. That, like I said, I'm just excited to say what's in store with that movie. And then I'm also excited for Black Adam with The Rock, and Avatar 2 also did make my top 10, almost did. But I think there's just been too much time since 2012 that I'm not like too excited into that world, but I'm really excited to see what James Cameron has in store for us. But coming in now at number 10, I have Scream 5, but they just decided to title it Scream like the first one. And the big thing is that the cast are returning. We got Courtney Cox, Leigh Campbell, David Arquette, all the big ones are returning. And the new cast looks like a lot of fun too, and the trailer looks good. And the whole franchise I'm always a fan of. The first Scream I think is one of the best horror movies of all time, one of the best like comedic horror movies mixed together with the nice meta-ness. Scream 2 I think is also good. Scream 3 I think is bad. But Scream 4 I think is really solid as well. So for this fifth adaptation of the series, I think it's going to be really good. Hopefully it's like the second best in the series. I'm not expecting it to be better than that first one. Coming at 9, this is our first Marvel movie on this list. I have Black Panther 2. And there's been a lot of rumors circulating around this movie. Could we get Doctor Doom? I'm pretty sure that we're getting Namor. But the one thing I'm really interested in is how they're going to handle that Black Panther character. Are we getting a recast of T'Challa? Is Shuri stepping up in the shoes to fill in for the Black Panther? Could someone else take over the role? Could we have a multiverse thing where someone else, like is it Michael B. Jordan taking up the mantle from a different universe? They could go so many ways with it, and I think whatever they do, as long as it's respectful to Chadwick Boseman and his portrayal, I think the fans should be able to take it what it is. But if this movie does have Doctor Doom, it could be like one of the best Marvel movies of the year if he's like one of the main focus of this movie. So that's kind of like one of the main reasons why I'm really hyped for this movie is for Doom. But also like the first Black Panther movie is one of my favorite as well. And to see everyone else returning, I'm pretty sure the director's returning as well. Hopefully it's just as good as that first one. Coming in now at number 8, I have Halloween Ends. And, the last one didn't really go over well for a lot of people, Halloween Kills. I personally enjoyed it because I love the Halloween franchise. Even though a lot of them are bad, I still go back and rewatch them every single Halloween. And I love Michael Myers. I think the first one's a classic. Probably my favorite horror film is the first Halloween. And so, Halloween 2018, I have some problems with it. Halloween Kills, I actually thought was a little bit better because we had some sick kills. The opening I really loved. That movie's so mixed for a lot of people. But Halloween End, it's the end of Jamie Lee Curtis as the character, as Laurie Strode, which is huge. And I'm wondering just how they're gonna actually end this franchise. Because are they really gonna end it? Are they really gonna leave that money on the table with the Halloween franchise? Or are they gonna try to do something weird where the dude's so old now, like Michael Myers is old, like how long can he really go on for? So I'm actually really, intrigued by how they're going to end this franchise. Coming at 7, I have Nope, the new movie by Jordan Peele, who also directed Get Out and Us. And I think Get Out and Us are two phenomenal modern day horror movies. And Jordan Peele has solidified himself as one of the kings of horror with Get Out and with Us. And some of the others, he's been like writing and being the producer in some other movies like Candyman. But this is the first movie since Us where he's gonna be behind the helm. We got Daniel Kaluuya returning, in a Jordan Peele movie. We got Keke Palmer. I never thought I'd see her in another movie again. And we have Steven Yeun, who's also been killing it recently with the movies that he's been in, and he's also in Invincible. And I was excited for this movie, but then I saw the poster and with the cloud and like a roller coaster thing going into it. Looks so creepy, looks so weird, and I think it's supposed to be focusing on dreams maybe or something like that. So if you give me like this weird horror dream-like movie with Jordan Peele behind it, that's going to be a movie I'm really excited for this year. And now coming at number 6, I have Thor, Love and Thunder. This is the 4th movie in the Thor franchise, directed again by Taika Waititi. And the Thor movies were never usually my thing. The first 2 were never my thing. And then Thor Ragnarok obviously changed my perception on Thor. They've changed the whole character pretty much, and that's why he became a fan favorite. And Thor Ragnarok is just such a well-made, fun movie. You know, Taika Waititi just knows what to do with Thor's world and the characters and everything in there. And so Thor Love and Thunder looks like it's going to be crazier than ever. This might be like the wackiest movie that we've gotten from Marvel so far. Because Waititi, I think I heard he has full control over this. We might have like multiple Thors. His girlfriend might come back, Natalie Portman. She might be a Thor. We have Christian Bale as Gore, the God Butcher. I've been researching this character in the Marvel comics. He's someone that like hunts down gods for revenge. Like as Christian Bale, it's gonna be so cool to see. And there's gonna be all these other surprises in the movie. And I think this is gonna be definitely a top 3 Marvel movie for this year. And now rounding out the top 5, I have The Flash here at number 5. And there's been so much talk about this movie recently. A lot of negative talk because I heard that they're going to be sort of erasing all Zack Snyder's movies. We're not going to have Ben Affleck as Batman anymore, which is something I think we already knew. But the big thing is that, we're not going to have Henry Cavill as Superman anymore, which I think is such a huge mistake. And then there's also rumors that, The Flash is going to be forming his own Justice League with Batgirl and Shazam and Superman's cousin Supergirl. And that's going to be like the core of the Justice League. The Flash, Supergirl, Batgirl, and Shazam. And that just seems so weak. And then Michael Keaton will be the new Batman of the DCEU, sort of mentoring Batgirl and everyone else. And it's that route I don't think they should go. But if those rumors, and if I never heard those rumors, this movie might be even more higher on this list because I think seeing Michael Keaton as Batman returning is going to be such a sick moment. And seeing that intertwined with the incredible story of Flashpoint, that's one of the best DC comics ever made. It just sounds so cool. And that first little teaser, I was pretty excited, to see Keaton and, we got hints at his Batmobile, the sick Batmobile. I think it's going to be a very nostalgic and cool movie, but I'm also not a huge fan of Ezra Miller in The Flash. And if these rumors are true, this movie could easily tank. Coming in at 4, I have The Northmen, directed by Robert Eggers. They did a trailer reaction for this on my channel, and it looks so good. I mean, Robert Eggers, he directed The Lighthouse in 2019, The Witch in 2016, I believe. And those movies, the atmosphere of those movies were on a different level. And he also became, Robert Eggers, another king of at least modern horror in my eyes. He just changed the whole game, him and Ari Aster, for what modern horror movies could be and the type of vibe that a lot of people sort of want now from horror movies. At least for me, I love his style. And so The Northman, you give me this, from what the trailer looks like, this psychological horror Vikings revenge tale. It just sounds so sick. And, my expectations for this movie are pretty high. I expect it to be hopefully a top 5 movie of the year. And so, yeah. Now here, number 3, I have Across the SpiderVerse. This is Into the SpiderVerse 2. And, the first one I think it's one of the best animated movies I think ever made. It's pretty much close to perfect, if not perfect. The animation style was new and different, and the character of Miles was so well done. And I think this movie means so much to so many people, and especially me too. And that movie, every single time I rewatch it, actually just gets better and better. So to see that they're going back into this world again, we have Spider-Man 2099, we have a little teaser for it, and it looks like we're going to be jumping around multiverses again, and everyone loves multiverse nowadays. I just don't think this movie's going to miss. If someone told me, hey, what's one movie that you think is going to, not flop at all, I think Across the Spider-Verse is easily going to be another fan favorite from Sony Animation. Now coming at number 2, this is where I have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This was going to be on this list somewhere, right? And, I'm excited to see where Doctor Strange is now after No Way Home. What's he up to? And, what's, the actual story of this? I mean, we kind of got it at the end of the teaser trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We've seen the teaser, and we see, the other evil Doctor Strange going to be playing at hand. WandaVision was also my favorite shows from last year, so to see where Wanda continues her story with her kids, and maybe does she become evil in this? Does she become the bad guy like the rumors were true? And I just think Multiverse of Madness, this is just set up to be an incredible film, and there's so many other rumors coming back for this one too. Could we see Tobey return this movie? Because Sam Raimi is also directing it. Sam Raimi directed the original Tobey Maguire films. I love his directing style, with Evil Dead and the Spider-Man movies. So to see him back in the Marvel world is going to be really cool to, experience as well. And there's not really much else to say. I think everyone is pretty much hyped about Multiverse of Madness after seeing No Way Home. Now, finally coming number 1, I have The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves. And, my expectations for this movie are pretty sky high. I honestly just think that's just not going to be as good as The Dark Knight. That's where my expectations are. My expectations are sky high, but but The Dark Knight's literally like my favorite movie of all time. So if it gets above The Dark Knight, that would be crazy. But I think it could. Like, it has potential to be like that because Matt Reeves is a great director. If you guys have seen the Planet of the Apes new trilogy, War for the Planet of the Apes is like a great, phenomenal, well-made movie that makes us connect to a freaking ape. So imagine what he can do with Batman. And to see Paul Dano, who's another incredible actor, play the Riddler. You know, you got Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, and you have Colin Farrell as Penguin, who's almost like unrecognizable. And the trailer just makes it look like an actual, like, well-made film. Like, the cinematography and some of those shots in the trailer were like incredible. And the difference between this movie and all the other Batman adaptations that we gotten recently with Ben Affleck is that the DCEU is very, you know, like your mainstream blockbuster thing, right? You know, you got Ben Affleck, Justice League, Batman vs Superman. It's all very like sort of like this mainstream blockbuster feel, right? The Batman, even though it will be a blockbuster in the box office, it's a more grounded story, something that we haven't seen since The Dark Knight with Christopher Nolan. And I think that's what gets me really excited. The fact that I know that Matt Reeves has full control over the story. I think we're getting an actual grounded, gritty, realistic portrayal of Batman again. I think it's going to be awesome. And that's why it's my number one anticipated movie for 2022. But those are some of the movies I am really excited for this year. Obviously, there's a lot more coming with some other directors that I'm really excited for, but they just haven't given me enough of what their movie's about that I don't want to put in here yet. Like, we have a Martin Scorsese movie coming this year. I think we have Dave Chappelle, Babylon coming, a bunch of plethora of movies coming this year. So these movies could not even make my top 10, like who knows. But comment down below, what is the movie you're looking forward to, or just give me your top 10 if you want, that'd be cool too. Make sure this video, if you guys have been enjoying it, please make sure to subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all in the next video, have a great rest of the day.